Good evening to each and every one of you all. Thank you. We're going to start our workshop at this present time. Thank you for being here tonight. The ones on the live stream, thank you for being a part of it as well. Staff, thank you. Also, residents. Ms. Bryan, thank you for being here tonight. We're looking forward to seeing Senator Berman shortly as well. At this present time, we call the roll. And Mr. Collins, thank you for being here tonight. In the absence of City Clerk, sir, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Barry.
Present.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Present.
Mayor Giles.
President, thank you, Mr. Collins, and thank you, Commissioner. City Manager Campbell, start with a discussion. A and B, City Manager Campbell.
All right, good evening, Mayor, Commission. During your prior commission meeting, the commission wanted to discuss office space for elected officials in City Hall. So tonight, we will go over a few items here regarding office space. The purpose and the intent, go back. The current office allocation, proposed office space, enhancements, budget estimates, implementation timeline, and the summary and implementation. Next slide. So the purpose and the intent, the commission seeks to engage in a thorough discussion regarding the allocation and design of dedicated office spaces for each commissioner or shared office space for the, for the commission. The primary objective is to enhance the effectiveness and productivity of commissioners in fulfilling their elected positions by establishing appropriate office space. The commission aims to create an accessible and functional environment that supports direct engagement with constituents, facilitates transparency, and promotes responsive governance. Ensuring that each interested commissioner has a space conducive to holding meetings, managing specific concerns, and conducting official business will ultimately strengthen the connection between the commission and the residents it serves. Next slide. Our current office allocation. Elected officials share office space with administrative staff. You have limited private spaces for confidential discussions. Shared resources may lead to scheduling conflicts and sunshine law violations. And there are no private areas for meetings. The challenges identified: lack of dedicated workstations for each official, inadequate facilities for virtual meetings, limited storage for official documents, accessibility concerns, and limited technology. Those are in our current office allocations. Some proposed office space enhancements, some recommendations. Dedicated workstations is to allocate individual desks for each elected official. Private meeting rooms, establish small meeting rooms for confidential discussions. Technology upgrades, equip space with video conferencing tools and secure Wi-Fi. Document storage, provide lockable cabinets and mailboxes for sensitive materials. Accessibility improvements is to ensure that ADA compliance is in all office areas. Next slide. The budget. In order to do these things, as you know, these are not, I will get detailed quotes obtained from vendors based upon the decision of the commission. But just using estimates that we have seen, office furniture will cost about $5,000. Technology upgrades, about $15,000. Renovation cost for the area, renovation cost is upward to $75,000 or more. Just the total estimated cost for office enhancements is $95,000. As I stated, we will, depending upon the will of the commission, get those additional quotes from vendors. The implementation timeline. The proposed timeline for office enhancements would be phase 1, weeks 1 through 3, assessment and planning. Phase 2, weeks 3 to 15, procurement and renovation. Phase 3, week 15 to 17, installation and setup. And phase 4, staff training and final adjustments. And it's the timeline for the proposed enhancements to take place. So just a summary, optimizing office space will enhance the efficiency of elected officials. Proposed enhancements aim to address current challenges. Our next steps would be seek approval from the City Commission, the budget allocation, secure funding for the project, and implementation, begin the enhancement process as per the proposed timeline. And that is just a synopsis of something for any enhancements for office space here at City Hall.
Mr. Manager, will you go back to the beginning of that, to the first 2 pages, sir, because Commissioner King and Commissioner Pope wasn't here.
Purpose and intent. The commission seeks to engage in a thorough discussion regarding the allocation and design of dedicated office space for each commissioner or shared office space for the commission. The primary objective is to enhance the effectiveness and productivity of commissioners in fulfilling their elected positions. By establishing appropriate space, the commission aims to create an accessible and functional environment that supports direct engagement with constituents, facilitates transparency, and promotes responsive governance, ensuring that each interested commissioner has a space conducive to holding meetings, managing specific concerns, and conducting official business will ultimately strengthen the connection between the commission and the residents it serves. So our current office allocation. The elected officials share office space with administrative staff. There's limited private space for confidential discussions. The shared resources may lead to scheduling conflicts and or sunshine law violations. No private area for meetings. Challenges identified. Lack of dedicated workstations for each official. Inadequate facilities for virtual meetings. Limited storage for official documents. Accessibility concerns, and limited technology.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. I do appreciate that. Commissioner, this is a request by the Commissioner King in reference to office space. So Mr. Campbell City Manager and staff have came up with a recommendation. So at this present time, I'd like to hear from the Commissioner, starting Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for trying to catch up with what's going on. Can you come back to me?
Okay. Commissioner Pope?
No comments.
All right. Commissioner Berry?
No comment.
Vice Mayor?
I really don't have no comment, but me personally, I do not need an office space here at City Hall. I do not mess with staff and day-to-day operations. So I don't see the reason for having an office space here at City Hall.
Thank you. Are you ready, Commissioner King?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As I said in the past, as a commissioner, speaking for myself, and I don't meddle in day-to-day operation, but I do, as a commissioner, meet with my residents here in the community, as well as business owners. So it is important for me as a commissioner to have a space here at City Hall.
You know, I'm here just about every day, or either some days I set it up. Set certain days I come into City Hall, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And sometime I come here 5 days a week as well, because hypothetically, we have some type of information that we definitely need to take care of right away, because I don't believe in micromanagement, and I want to make sure I'm present. But if a possibility that we happen to need some additional space there, that we can arrange in reference to utilizing that office there, because due to the fact that I feel that that office would be feasible for us. I know that Commissioner McKelvin and Commissioner Berry, and I don't know, I haven't heard from Commissioner Polk. He said, yeah, I heard from him the last week in reference to that. So therefore, that offer would be available, provided we just, schedule between, I just said this, Commissioner King, between the two of you and I. If you so desire and want to utilize that office, I make it convenience for you. If that's not feasible for you, and then, we can try to work something else out. Right, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since it seemed to me as though this is a issue or a problem with staff, to keep the confusion down with staff, I just continue to conduct my meetings like I have been doing. I just, meet my constituents at Dunkin' Donuts or any other available restaurant or whatever, and just be done with it.
No, don't feel that way, Commissioner King. The thing about it is that you want to meet the constituents and the residents within the city of South Bay. I feel that if, you want to meet them in an office there, I feel that office space can be available for you, especially that office there, in order to meet with those individuals. You can close the doors, you can talk to those individuals. I know that you meet with them out here in the chambers, but if you want to be more private, you can utilize that office, and I would prefer to utilize the office in order for you to be satisfied and making sure that you meet with your constituent, and also make sure that you're doing your duty to serve each and every day as a commissioner in the city of South Bay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, but I just, like I say, I just continue to do what I've been doing. Thank you.
And another thing you brought up, that is, there's a problem dealing with staff in reference to your meeting in here on the ask.
Say that again, Mayor.
I said there's a problem, because I know you said it seemed like there's a problem with staff. And I'd like to know if there's a problem by you meeting here, there's a problem with the staff here in City Hall when you're conducting your meetings with the constituents.
You asking, is there a problem with me and staff?
Yes.
No, it's not a problem, but I mean, the situation is, being pushed back as though it's a problem. So, and I don't want to create a problem or, make it to be a problem. So I just, just restrain from making this an issue, and just continue to conduct meetings how I have been doing prior to this.
So you're withdrawing your future comment in reference to office space, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Mr. Mayor, Commission,
City Manager Campbell.
I just need to, the presentation presented to the commission tonight, it is a path to creating the office space and the enhancements here at City Hall in order for, at the direction of the commission. So there was space identified that is utilized for storage to make those enhancements. So there is no pushback from staff. It is developing and finding a path forward in order to make it accessible and doable for the commission as a whole to have the space in order to meet the needs of the constituents and to be accessible to the residents, to your residents. So there's no issue or any pushback to make this happen. The issue the commission would have is finding the resources in order to, if we could go to the budget slide. These are just the estimates is in finding a budget in order to remodel the space and provide the technology needed for those meetings to take place.
Go ahead, Commissioner King, go ahead. Thank you, City Manager. Go ahead, Commissioner King.
No, well, like I said, in that case, I still stand that I continue to, conduct business. I have, being that, this is a budget that been estimated to provide an office space for commission here in the city of South Bay. And, I prefer just continue conducting business like I have been doing.
Thank you, Commissioner King. I do appreciate your honesty in reference to this here, Mr. Manager. Thank you for the presentation
Welcome,
tonight,
Mr.
sir. And then, she made it very clear in reference to she continue to meet with the constituents in an area that she so desires. So therefore, we'll move forward and just move forward with our agenda for tonight. Thank you,
Mr. Mayor,
Commissioner.
Commissioner, before we move on from this item, and one thing, just in prior conversations, I know that Commissioner King is utilizing the chambers. We still just ask if you would give advance notice so that, because I know the chambers is utilized for other activities, is just provide us a schedule through the clerk's office to ensure that you're still able to meet with your constituents as you have done in the past.
Okay, I'm guessing that you're referring, today, I did send out an email requesting a meeting today at 2:00. So if that was a issue, I apologize. And I did send an email.
And I responded.
Okay.
I'm not talking about today.
Okay.
I'm only speaking that we have a schedule, continue to have a schedule going forward.
Okay, because I thought we already had that clarified. That's why I had put in the request.
There were instances that it did not happen, so I'm just having the state just sharing so that we are able to continue having a schedule going forward.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioner King. Thank you, City Manager Cameron. Okay, we'll move forward. We'll go back to discussion in reference to 3A, City Manager Cameron.
At this time, Mayor, Commission, you have the draft ordinance for, as requested, and I will turn this over to the attorney at this time regarding the ordinance.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. I wanted to go over with you what you have in front of you. And this is really just to give an idea of the type of issues that you might have in an animal control ordinance if you choose to have one. I do want to make the commission aware that Palm Beach County does have an animal control ordinance in place, which applies not only to municipalities, but also to the unincorporated areas within the county. However, it does have some language that talks about an exception applying to municipalities, there being an exemption. And I'm assuming the exemption applies if a municipality creates its own animal control ordinance. We have, and I will say publicly, we have tried, my office, since the last meeting numerous times with my staff being on hold up to 45 minutes, trying to get somebody over in the animal control office. And maybe we have wrong numbers or bad numbers, but it's very difficult to get someone. So that may be the reason why this is being brought to you all by one of the commissioners as an idea, because it is very difficult to get someone there. Although I will say that there may be someone else who may have a better contact number for them, but my office has tried. But let's go ahead, if we can, through this ordinance, if we were to put this in place, it would be put in the miscellaneous offenses section of the code. And so the blank spaces would be filled in that you see on the top here, and that would be under miscellaneous offenses. But the section would be accurate. It would fall under and start with section 14-6. And so if you go down to section 2, and again, these are just some ideas that you can consider. You don't have to have these. There are other things that are not incorporated here that are in the Palm Beach County ordinance that we can add in as well. But before we go forward, one of the things that I would suggest before we even put this on as a first reading is that you all have, as a part of either a meeting or at another workshop presentation, someone from the Animal Control Office come in and make a presentation about what they do, how they do it, so that you have some general idea of how this might align with what you already have in place, right? And so, starting with section 2, this could, section 2 under section 14-6, confinement to property, dogs and cats at large exceptions. So this really has to do with the excluding from public right-of-ways. There should be no dogs or cats that should be allowed to stray or run around at large upon property. And so that would include streets, sidewalks, parks, etc. And just going on down into that section, if it's a cat that's outdoors, not under the direct control, it must be sterilized. You're going to see some language that talks about talks about what a type of designation that a cat has, and ear tip cats, and I had to look it up myself because I did not know what that was. So where you see that referenced in E, it really is something universally recognized with respect to cats, where the cat has been spayed or neutered and vaccinated. So that's what that means. And so as you look down under section 14-6, these are under the letters, these are some of the things that would be prohibited, and in some cases things that would be allowed. So in order for a dog or cat to be allowed on a public street or in a park or other public property, excluding the public right-of-way, they would have to be under the direct control of the owner or keeper, except hunting is an exception, and some of the other things that you see under there. Also, a city designated department, the county or animal control officer shall work with and educate about the proper management of the ear tip cats that we talked about. That is a thing. And then striking or interfering with a service animal would be prohibited in 14-7, 14-8, interference with an animal control officer. So those are the things that would not be allowable, like if the animal control officers were coming out, and I'm suspecting that's probably in the county code as well. The county code also deals with females in heat, 14-9, and this is really pulled from the county if you wanted to have your own, because I thought it was important enough for it to be duplicated here. So what would happen if you know of a female dog or cat to be in heat, you would have to enclose that animal and make the dog or cat except for controlled, intentional, permitted breeding purposes, make sure that dog or cat is under supervision and in a controlled environment. Animal waste removal, 14-10, is no feces allowed to be deposited by a dog or a cat or any other animal really in a public recreational areas or private property of others. It must be immediately removed by the person who has the custody or control of the animal. And then you will see a highlighted area that talks about penalties. I didn't know what you all wanted to do with that, so I kind of highlighted it. But if that is something you'd like to do in terms of imposing penalties as it gets progressive, you may consider sending that through your code enforcement so that it could be monitored. And then we'd also make another change to the code enforcement section, making that something additional that the officer, code enforcement magistrate would look at. In terms of 14-11, confinement to property and tethering, these are the various things that would require the dog to be, it will be unlawful and a violation of the section for any person to tether a dog except for these letters that you see. So basically the dog would have to be in visual range of the owner in addition to some other things. The tether would have to be connected to the dog by a commercially available buckle type collar. So sometimes people tether with chains, and obviously that wouldn't be something that would be, meaning chains around a neck, that wouldn't be something that would be humane for the animal. And it talks about a number of other things that deal with the tethering of animals and what is permitted and not. If you go on to, and that's a fairly long section, if you go down to the bottom, the very last number 6, I have it highlighted there because I'm assuming you would probably want a grace period of some sort if you do choose to have your own ordinance in place to educate the public so that they're not just surprised and getting fines all of a sudden. So I put in here 180 days. You all may choose to look at something longer. If an animal, as alluded to in 14-2, has a contagious disease, that would be something that would not be permitted. You know, they would actually have to have that animal. If they knowingly allow this animal to come in contact with persons, that would be prohibited, and penalties could be pursued pursuant to the statutory section that is cited. In 14-3, dealing with this probably is something that may not be relevant. Why don't I skip through that, because that's really more of a county thing. I kind of went back and forth, but I ended up not taking it out even though I intended to. So if you go to 14-14, which deals with the permit application and removal, if a new owner, now you all could decide if you wanted to have a permit process for the city. I don't know if you want to go that far. I just didn't know, Commissioner, what you had in mind in bringing it, but you could require animals to be permitted and people to, the city to know and a charge for it or not. So that's something that you could do if you wanted to. It's a lot of other things that could go with that if you decided to go in that direction. I'm not suggesting that you do. I think it might be onerous for the city to try to monitor, but it's something that I at least wanted to bring to your attention. 14-15, owner's duty when the dog or cat bites a human or is bitten by another animal. You probably want to have in place, if you do have an ordinance, what would some of the things that you would do or require if a dog bites either a person or an animal. And that would include making sure that the dog is seen. There should be a differentiation between vaccinated and unvaccinated, and what if the dog is suspected to have rabies, and there's some ideas for you there. Also, animals left in vehicles, 14-16. That's something that I'm assuming you would not want due to the heat in Florida, and so that would be a prohibition, although there are no penalties associated with this. Domestic animals, what it means, and there's a full section on domestic animals, and it describes what dangerous dogs are. There is also a definition that Palm Beach County utilizes in terms of what a dangerous dog is. We could either look at using that or this section, which may be a little bit more comprehensive. And so that's pretty much it. Those are just, again, ideas and So it's not as, and the reason why I kind of wanted to bring this to you all so that you can sort of look at it and let it simmer a little bit is because it's not as easy as just, putting forth an ordinance and just putting it out there. You probably want to tailor it to the issues that you're having in your city, and the specific kind of things that would be the concern of the commission. So it's not just the blanket, adopting everything that some other city might be, but these are some of the ideas that you can think of, that you can consider. And there are other provisions, as I mentioned, that are in the Palm Beach County Code, which some of those things deal with animal bites and quarantining, rabies control, but I think I touched on some of it here. It's just not, so the Palm Beach County Code also has provisions about guard dogs. It also has a section on a number of other things that may not quite livestock. There's some livestock provisions, some things that may not be issues that you're having. So if you all were to talk through it, and I can go back and grab some of these things from the county ordinance if it doesn't look like it's this is meeting what you want, what's drafted. And then I would also suggest, again, that you bring someone from Palm Beach County Animal Control to come and talk with us about their issues that they see, how they monitor your area, and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do appreciate you, this draft here in reference to this ordinance, because due to the fact that we do receive a lot of calls in reference to animals, they dispose of their waste, and then all of a sudden they leave it on the sidewalk, they leave it on private properties, and the residents are getting fed up with that, because due to the, we do have a lot of stray dogs within the cities. It is something that we have to take in consideration, because whenever people are walking along the sidewalk and then they almost step in waste there, it's not proper for those individuals. So I want to thank you for this particular draft, and Commissioner, I want you to take a look at it, and then you come back if you have any questions, and we'll go from there. It's all right with you, Commissioners?
Sounds great.
Okay. 7:01, I entertain a motion to adjourn the workshop.
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Second.
second by Commissioner Barry. The workshop is adjourned. We'll continue with our 7 o'clock meeting. Do any commission have to leave the desk? Hearing none. I just want to say good evening to each and every one of you all. Thank you for being here tonight. We have a wonderful Senator Burma. Thank you for being here tonight. We really do appreciate you being here. You're the champion, especially for the Glades area. And wow, you just goes over and beyond for the city of South Bay. We just want to thank you for being here on today. Ms. Bryant, thank you. She's with us each and every commission meeting. We want to thank her for being here as well. Vice Mayor Amazon, thank you for being here tonight from Belglade. He's the Vice Mayor of the city of Belglade. Thank you for being here. Teachers, residents, family members. I got one from the pre-law program. Thank you for being here tonight. I see the father is here as well. Thank you as well, sir. Thank you all for being here at this wonderful, great meeting tonight. At this present time, we'll call the meeting to order at 7:02 p.m. At this present time, we have the roll call by Mr. Collins, and have the prayer by Pastor Bean, and then we have the pledge of allegiance to the flag. Mr. Collins.
Commissioner King,
Present.
Commissioner Polk,
Present.
Commissioner Barry,
Present.
Vice Mayor McKelvin,
Present.
Mayor Cowles.
President, thank you, Mr. Collins. We stand, please. Pastor Bean.
Eternal wise God, our Father, we tell you thank you. Thank you. We thank you, God, for this evening, God, of community coming together as one. We thank you, God, for this, our mayor, our vice mayor, and our commissioners, God. We pray now, God, that you continue to let your light shine upon them, God, as they lead and direct us, God, in the way that we should go, God, for the betterment of our community. God, we pray that you be with all the staff, God, and be with us, the public, God. Us, the members of this great community. God, we give you glory now, we give you praise. Continue to send wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, God, to make their jobs so easy, God, in all that they do.
Yes.
God, we just tell you thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
God, we give you glory now, we give you praise. And we ask these things in your son Jesus' name we say, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor, thank you. You know, I appreciate that wonderful prayers. One thing about us, before we start our regular 7 o'clock meeting, we always start with a prayer. Commissioner, thank you for being here tonight. The ones on live feed, thank you for being here as well tonight. You know, before we start tonight, I just want to say thank the staff for the different events that we have been having in the last couple of weeks in reference to them taking out the time from their families to be here on each Saturday to make sure that our residents is pleased with the thing that they do and they're a part of whatever activity is taking place within the city of South Bay. As you're aware that we had the Great America Cleanup a week before, and then we came right back and we had the net safety with the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department and Mr. Collins, his department as well. And Commissioner, I just want to say thank you all for being a part of everything that's taking place. Resident, thank you all for being here as well. And this upcoming Thursday, Vice Mayor McKelvin, he will have another event here in the city of South Bay. So, you know, if the ones that's available, the one can be a part of the events that's taking place within the city of South Bay, please join us. Please join us in the city of South Bay, because it's not about us that sits on this dais. It's not about our staff in the city of South Bay. It's all of us coming together as one to make sure this is a great and wonderful place to live, to raise your kid, and be educated as well. And I just want to say thank you. I'm very pleased with what things are taking place, especially the work the staff have done. Commissioner, thank you as well. We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Disclosure of voting conflict. Commissioner King.
None, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Pope.
None, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Barry.
No conflict.
Thank you. Vice Mayor McKelvin.
None, sir.
Thank you, and none for me either. We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Presentation of proclamation. At this present time, we have two tonight. We have mental health proclamation, and then our wonderful and great senator. She'll be coming before us tonight as well. Mr. Collins.
Mental health proclamation, mental health awareness, and trauma-informed care month. Whereas mental health is essential to overall well-being, and mental illness affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and socioeconomic statuses. And whereas untreated mental health conditions and the effects of trauma can have profound impacts on individuals, families, and communities, leading to increased risk of substance abuse, homelessness, unemployment, and physical health issues. And whereas raising awareness about mental health and the importance of trauma-informed care fosters a culture of understanding, reduces stigma, and encourages individuals to seek help when needed. And whereas trauma-informed care recognizes the widespread impact of trauma and promotes practices that support resilience, healing, and recovery. And whereas the city of South Bay is committed to promoting mental health awareness and ensuring that our community has access to resources, education, and support systems to improve overall well-being. And whereas Mental Health Awareness Month and Trauma-Informed Care Month provide an opportunity for residents, organizations, and leaders to work together to increase awareness, provide education, and advocate for mental health services. Now, therefore, Joe Cowles, Mayor of South Bay, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness and Trauma-Informed Care Month in the city of South Bay, and encourage all residents, businesses, and organizations to join in raising awareness, promoting education, and supporting those affected by mental health conditions and trauma. Proclaimed this 6th day of May, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. We do appreciate that, sir. I think that Miss Ifield, thank you for being there. I was looking around for you. Will you come up, please, to accept this? Ms. Ifield, thank you. You know, you're the champion. You really are every year in mental health here. And what we wanted to present this to you, the proclamation to you for the wonderful work you do each and every day, every year. Commissioner, to come down and take a picture with Ms.
I know, come on. Good to see you. Good. Good. You got it?
That's why I made sure.
You're in order. Thank you. Got it. Thank you. Good.
So thank you, Mayor Commission, for providing the proclamation. Good evening, residents. For those who don't know me, my name is Annie Ife. I'm the Director for Healthier Glaze. I've been in this position now since November 2019. It's been that long.
Yeah.
So I see some folks that I've done a lot of work with over the years since I've been the director. One of the things that we've been doing since I've been the director is trying to bring awareness to our community about the importance of not only just taking care of your physical health, but your mental health as well. I know there's a stigma in our community when it comes to mental health. And so what we've been doing for the past couple of years, I feel bad I got my back to you guys, I'm sorry.
Just take your mic.
Okay, yes. Thank you. I feel, so we've been doing a lot of work in our community to try to bring awareness. We try to do activities within the community to provide education about how to do self-care, how to ask for help. Some of the things that we've done mental health first aid, which is like similar to CPR. We've done workshops for our professionals that provide services in our community and stuff like that. So on May 16th, we're asking everyone to wear green and take pictures and post on social media in support of Mental Health Awareness Month. For our mental health providers, we're having a networking event in Pahokee on May 19th at the Pahokee Marina. In South Bay, we're actually doing our Soil to Soul event at the Garden over there by Federation of Families. That's going to be May 14th. And then we're doing a luncheon where we have a motivational speaker that's coming out to talk to our mental health providers and community about the importance and the challenges that exist with providing mental health services, particularly in communities like ours, where we're like 45 minutes to an hour to a facility, or if we have to get Baker Act or whatever the case may be, what that looks like. So on behalf of Healthier Glaze and to the Mayor and Commission, thank you for continuing to support Healthier Glaze and what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. At this present time, I just want you to give this young lady a round of applause, because due to the fact that she's one senator that fight for us each and every year that we goes up to Tallahassee. I present to you tonight a one and only Senator Laura Berman. Thank you.
I'm going to try and do that also and kind of go both ways. So thank you for that. So you probably have all heard that we did not do what we're supposed to do in Tallahassee. We have one job, and that is to pass a budget. And we did not, but we did finish on Friday. We finished up our legislative work for the most part, but we don't have a budget, unfortunately. We're probably going to go back next week, and at some point, the fiscal year for the state begins on July 1st. So by July 1st, there will be a budget, hopefully. And in that budget will hopefully be the 3 items that South Bay has put forth. I'm proud to report that they were all fully funded in the Senate, working on the House. We have to work on the House, but they are the South Bay Rail Regional Commerce Park Development Epicenter for $875,000, the South Bay Southwest 11th Avenue improvements for $1.860705. And then the South Bay LEED Certified Resiliency Hub and Community Center for $2.3 million. So very excited about that we got funding, but we have a ways to go. And you never know when the Budget Committee starts meeting. We do know that the Senate was much higher than the House, so there are probably going to be cuts, but we're going to work and we're going to fight. And I would recommend that we all get in touch with our House member and tell her to fight to make sure that they get all that information, all those projects in the House budget. So I passed out my bourbon briefing on the good, bad, and the ugly. I was successful in getting 5 bills passed this year. One for breast cancer treat for women who are in the state insurance plan, who have a mammogram, who have an abnormal result, then they can get subsequent testing, an ultrasound or an MRI done by the state for free, so that's great. And the other one that I'm really proud of is the recycling bill. Like, we haven't done much in Florida in recycling. I will say Palm Beach County does a great job. The other counties are not doing as well, so the bill calls for the Department of Environmental Protection to prepare a 3-year plan and to have some recycling goals and hopefully to meet them. So very happy about that. We actually had a much better legislative session. The legislature finally woke up and realized that they are a co-equal branch of government, and they asserted a little more independence. And the good news is we didn't do as much partisanship. And a lot of the cultural war issues that you've heard about over the years were not as prevalent, and that was wonderful. So we actually got some really good pieces of legislation passed. You probably heard on the news that at one point the governor was talking about putting golf courses and hotels in our state parks. So we passed a bill saying you can't do that, which is great. So we're going to keep our state parks the way they are, but we're going to work and improve them, but we're not going to let them become Disney World. One of the other really great bills that passed, and it ties into this mental health month, was an individual named after Tristan Murphy, who died by suicide in a Florida prison because he didn't receive care. So now it creates a process for diversion, so that and it encourages counties to implement grants, gives state attorneys direction to dismiss charges after successful treatment of mental health. So unfortunately, our jails have become our #1 mental health providers. And hopefully under this bill, they'll be diverting people out of jails and into real mental health treatment so that people can get better and not languish in our jails. I'm trying to think. One of the bills that I was most disappointed with, because I'm married to a dentist, we did away with we will not allow any city or county to put fluoride in water. So not sure why we did this, because fluoridation has been one of the greatest public health benefits of the last century. That's right. But that was a decision that was made, and they put it in the Farm Bill, which also made no sense. And there were a lot of other good things in the Farm Bill, but I had to vote against it because of that provision in it. The other bill that I was the most disappointed with this session had to do with the citizens' petitions. So citizens can get a constitutional amendment on the ballot, and we've been really successful. If you all remember Amendment 4, which said that returning citizens can vote. That was through people getting together and saying, we want this, we think it should be on the ballot, raising the minimum wage to $15, which will go into effect, I think, in 2026. That was on the ballot. Medical marijuana, that was on the ballot. So there were people who are not happy that we were so successful with these campaigns. And in 2019, they put restrictions on, but despite those restrictions, Amendments 3 and 4, which this year were recreational marijuana and abortion, got over 50%. Now they have changed the rules, so you had to get over 60%. But they got very nervous that those amendments got such broad support, so they're making it even harder now. And the governor has signed the bill; it's already in law. We passed it on Thursday. He immediately signed it. So what it basically says is you can only have, over the life of a petition drive, an individual can only collect 25 petitions. That's it. You cannot collect any more. If you do, you will be criminally liable, I think. They put all sorts of penalties. You now have to turn any petition in that you collect within 10 days as opposed to 30 days. I believe the penalty, if you don't do it, is $50 a day. you have to register as a petition circulator if you want to have more than 25 petitions. And basically, they're just making it so hard. And the interesting thing is, they said they were doing it because they feel that there were big out-of-state companies coming in and doing these petitions. But what's going to happen because of this bill, because of the money that's required now, the only people who will be able to do these petitions are big out-of-state petitions. So it's pretty counterintuitive the way they handled it. Very disappointed about that bill, because I really worry that citizens' petitions are our way of telling the government what we want. It's the way for all of us to get involved, and they're just making it harder and harder. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about preemption issues. I don't have a full list yet. I'm happy to report the CRA bill died. It seems to be dead. The local tax option bill about what you can use your tourist development tax, that also died. Really, so very successful this year in killing a lot of very bad bills. But there is one bill that did pass. It's Senate Bill 1080, and it has to do with how you do development. So when people apply for permits, you are going to have shortened timeframes that you have to respond to them within. And if you don't, you have to return some of the money that they applied for their permit. So I am sure the League of Cities and the League of Counties will give you all the details, but that is going to be pretty burdensome, I think, for a lot of cities and counties to do. Okay, and then I always like to tell you, usually we do like one fun bill at least. And this year we did one, but it didn't pass, but I'm hearing rumors that it should pass next year. And that is that we are going to change our state bird, and one of the state birds will be the flamingo. So happy to see that happen. So I am so happy to be here with you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. It's my honor and privilege and to represent all of you. And I am happy to be here with my assistant, Brenda Bryant, who I know is at everything. She's amazing. So happy to have such good representation here in the Glades. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Senator. We do appreciate that wonderful and great report there. You know, you always come back, and if things are going good and things are going bad, you always come back and give us a report. We really do appreciate that. And thank you for the work that you have put in, especially for the Glades area. It means a lot to us. At this present time, Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Senator, for everything that you do for our community and constituents here in the Glades. And just keep up the good work. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Commissioner Pope.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and Senator, thank you. We appreciate you. You know, when we're in Tallahassee, we get to come by your office and see the hard work that you're putting in for South Bay. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your fantastic 5.
Yes.
Very excited. And now I'm moving to a new office, so you'll get to see my new office, which will
Really?
be even better. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Commissioner Pope. Commissioner Barry.
Yes, thank you so much, Senator Berman. It's always a pleasure to have you grace our city. And I would like to especially acknowledge Ms. Bryant for her insight and sharing of information. We had a meeting at Rosenwald Elementary School with the Department of Transportation, the teachers and staff, and she shared information regarding come to us, we're here to serve.
Great.
And in addition to that, she has a checklist of items that the teachers shared with her. So maybe when you have your coffee or brunch or whatever, she can revisit those items with you.
Good.
So thank you for your presence at Rosenwald and at our community. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner Barry. Vice Mayor McKevin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Senator Berman, for all the work that you put in for the city of South Bay and the Glades area as a whole. We just thank you for all your dedication and hard work to make sure that all of our needs are met, and, you know, just continue to fight for us, and we will continue to fight for you as well. And also thank you, Ms. Barney.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Let's give Senator Berman a round of applause.
I forget one thing to tell you, just so that you'll be aware. So if you may have heard that we actually passed a bill to have school times start later, but it was not possible to do. It was just impossible with the buses. So this year we changed it. So school start times, are going to still be, unfortunately, we wanted the high schools to start later because we know that the children need more sleep, but it just didn't work. But we did say if any school districts or any areas can make it work, it would be a great idea to do because there's a lot of scientific evidence that the high school kids need more sleep.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you again,
Thank
Senator
you.
Brown.
Ms. Bryant, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Brian.
Excellent, Berman Bryant. Thanks. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, our phone number is on here, and we don't have the numbers for Brenda's office, but if you call, Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
We'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Opportunity for the public to address the commissioner.
Yes, we have three.
Okay.
Ms. Annie Eichel, Ms. Alicia Pittman, and Pastor Bean.
Good evening, everyone. Again, Annie Eiffel, Healthier Glaze. I'm coming to you because I wanted to just share with you guys that I'm working with one of your residents. We submitted a letter of intent for the NEAT grant, and it got accepted. So now we're in the application process of completing the grant. I want to thank Mr. Napoleon. He's been assisting us in this process as well. So for those who don't know, one of the things that we're trying to do is we're trying to do a Serenity Garden. A Serenity convening space. And so the space that we were looking at originally was over there by where the tree is. I forgot. But I was told that space is not available. What's that location, Napoleon? The OC, yeah, okay. So we were looking at doing it there, but we were told that we were not able to use that space. Because I know that's where a lot of the adult guys and stuff hang out and convene. We wanted to create a nice little friendly space. So Napoleon provided us with some pictures around Cox Park, the open space right there by the tree but I think the union owns that property. So we probably have to go through the union. And then there's a back space with the city. But it's so removed. And the other thing too, we wanted to keep it a space that the kids had their space to be in, and the adults have their space to be in. So right now we're having a challenge because I don't know if that space is going to work if we're trying to do stuff for adults. So my question to you guys is, do you know of any other spaces that we could use? One of the things we were trying to do is do benches. Some tables where folks can play dominoes, play chess, and make the space look real nice. So it'll be a nice beautification, but it'll also be a nice space for folks to engage, convene, participate, and be some nice. So my ask to you guys, if you can help us find spaces that you own or that's part of the city that we could probably use to put the Serenity space in.
All right, thank you. That sounds real great. I love the idea. What we would do, the commissioners would check around and get back with the city manager, and the city manager get with Mr. Collins, and he get back with you in reference to that. Well, thank you all for what you're doing within the city of Suffolk. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, and then for those who are applying for the NEAT grant, your application is due May 15th. Is it a time? Is it about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock? By 5 o'clock.
No, I think it's actually.
Okay, yeah.
So you have that whole day.
Okay, so if any assistance, I greatly appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ifield. We do appreciate it.
One more thing, I'm sorry. Today, myself and Ms. Barbara King went to the Lakeside. They had their little meeting for the community health. Yeah, the next meeting is May 16th.
Okay, thank you, dear. We do appreciate it. Thanks. Ms. Collins, what is it next?
Miss Pittman.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Pittman.
Alicia Pittman, I gotta get my address.
Yes.
242 Asakana, South Bay.
Thank you.
I also am a NEAT grant applicant, so I put in for LOI. I did receive approval in regard to a veteran memorial park in the South Bay. At this time, what I'm seeking is a letter of support from the city. So whatever guidance, or if a letter, or in terms of who specifically I should speak to in terms of receiving that letter of support, so that I can be able to apply for the grant.
Right, Ms. Pittman, you go through a city manager and you should be able to work with you on that. Thank you for being here tonight as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's it, Ms. Collins.
Pastor Bean.
Oh, Pastor Bean, I'm sorry,
Pastor
sir.
Bean.
Forgive me, sir.
Pastor Being, 180 Southwest 10th Avenue, South Bay. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and ladies and gentlemen of the council. Want to start off by saying thank you all so much for your love, your care, and your support on our event that we had at the church on the 26th of April, our community care event. It was a great success. We had approximately 120 something people that gathered, that came out, and got food, got clothing, got hot food, got food to take home as well. All kinds of health screening. I think we did approximately 15 to 16 different health screenings with individuals out of the city of South Bay. One of them we did have to send to the hospital due to not being able to read accurate stuff on her. So we was good. We was able to make her aware of what happened and what occurred. Also, this coming next week Wednesday, we're having a focus group, a conversation, a talk.
Yes,
we have the Health Council of South Florida. They will be to the church with us, and this is for our community. So I would love if I could have the presence of some of the council members or our city manager there to represent as well in this, just making our residents aware of their health and what's going on, and getting input from them as well on how they can better it also. Then on the 31st, we'll be partnershiping with Triple H Ministries. It's a Unity for a Cure. It'll also be held at the church from 11 to 2 p.m. And we're asking everybody to come out. We'll have health screenings there, community resources, food, and all kinds of giveaways that day as well. Just wanted to give you all an update on some of the things that we're doing in our community to try every day to make it better, to make it great.
Thank
you for your time.
Thank you, Pastor. And we appreciate what you and your church is doing, because, you know, the thing about it, when it comes down to health, we have to really take that very seriously, very seriously. And what you're doing, and I feel I've seen you at the event. I think I've seen Commissioner King at the event as well. And what you're doing, you're doing a great and wonderful job in making sure that our residents know that there's healthcare providers out there. Only thing that you have to be a part of and participate. And you can't come back and say that, no, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't, this and that there, excuses. There's no excuses, because the amount of information is being given, especially within the city of South Bay, in reference to the healthcare and other things that's taking place there. And I'm just encouraging each and every one, the residents in the city of South Bay, take heed to these notices, take heed to the information that's really being rendered to you all, and just take advantage of the health screening, because it's very, very important. It must come down to men's as well. When it come down to your blood pressure, come down to other health problems that you're having. We're capable of having these difficulties as well, the same as ladies. As they have breast cancer, men can have breast cancer as well. So make sure you check on yourself. Make sure each and every year, because due to the fact that we're not getting older, we're not getting younger, we're getting older. So we have to make sure that we take care of our body each and every year. Make sure you get your annual checkup each and every year, because it's very, very important. And take advantage of these events that's being rendered in the city of South Bay. Ms. Annie, thank you for that, talking about way people's at this present time and the way things are taking place in the school system and jailhouse and other places. And we have to be very careful about what's taking place, because what's taking place, it can take place in your family, it can take place in you as well. So let's take heed and let's do the right thing and make sure you take advantage of all the different programs that's coming to the city of South Bay. Again, I want to thank you all for bringing all this information to our residents in the city of South Bay. We do appreciate it.
Pastor, would you like to distribute these to the public? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks to everyone for coming up tonight. We do appreciate that, Mr. Manager.
Thank you so much. I forgot.
We'll continue with our agenda for the consent agenda. Commissioner minutes, meeting minutes, approval of Senate Commissioner meeting August the 15th, April the 15th of 2025, and minute meetings. May I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So move, Mr. Mayor.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Second.
Second by
Pope.
Commissioner Pope. Any questions for the consent agenda from this commission? Hear none. Ms. Collins, would you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Barry,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Collins, and thank you, Commissioner. Approved by all five commissioners. We continue our agenda tonight. Resolution 18-2025. Mr. Collins, read for the record, please.
Resolution 18-2025. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, approving the state highway lighting, maintenance, and compensation agreement between the City of South Bay and Florida Department of Transportation, provided for adoption of representations, provided for an effective date.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. City Manager Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, FDOT is authorized under sections 334.0044 and 335.055 of Florida statutes to enter into an agreement, and the city has the authority to enter into an agreement and to undertake the maintenance and operation of lighting along state highway systems. FDOT has identified the sites where lighting and or lighting systems are located on the state highway system with the jurisdictional boundaries of the city. The city shall maintain the sites listed in the agreement attached hereto as Exhibit A. The site may include lighting for roadways as well as parks and ride, pedestrian overpass, and recreation areas owned by or located on the property of FDOT. This is a 7-year full term of this agreement shall be for 7 years, and the city either city of or FDOT may terminate the agreement by sending a notice of termination. This is an annual payment of approximately of $17,800 with a 3% increase over the annually. As staff is recommending approval of said resolution.
Thank you, City Manager Campbell. May I have a motion and a second to move Resolution 18-2025 to the floor for discussion and approval?
Move.
Moved by Commissioner Barry.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Polk. Any question from this commission per this resolution at this present time? Hear none. Mr. Collins, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner King. Yes. Commissioner Polk.
Yes.
Commissioner Barry.
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, City Manager Campbell. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Thank you, Commissioner. Passed by all commissioners. Resolution 19-2025. Mr. Collins, read for the record, please.
Resolution 19-2025, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of South Bay, Florida, acknowledging the evaluation results for period January 2024 to January 2025 for City Manager DeAndre D. Campbell, provided for adoption of representations, provided for an effective date.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, do you have the results of the evaluation, sir?
Yes.
I mean, I have it.
You have it? Go ahead. You go ahead, Mr. Manager.
The City Commission of the City of South Bay has recently completed a performance evaluation and questionnaire regarding the city manager's performance. An average score of 3.0 is deemed to be satisfactory, and the city manager received a score of 4.18, denoting superior performance. City Commission finds that acknowledgement of the results of the city manager's performance evaluation is an important role of the City Commission. So the overall score, Mr. Mayor, is a 4.1.
All right, thank you, City Manager Campbell. May I have a motion, may I have a motion and second to move resolution 19-2025 to the floor for discussion and approval?
So move.
Moved by Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Berry. Any discussion before this commission per resolution 19-2025?
Mr. Mayor, if I could,
Mr. Manager.
after reviewing each of the commissioners' evaluation, I just want to express my sincere appreciation for your thoughtful and professional feedback. I take every recommendation seriously and remain committed to continuous improvement in my role as your city manager. Your input has highlighted opportunities to further enhance our operations, particularly in maximizing the use of every technology tool at our disposal, and in expanding and improving community access. These are key priorities, and I'm dedicated to ensuring that our systems and services reflect innovation, efficiency, and inclusivity. In alignment with the collective vision of the City Commission, I would also welcome the opportunity to participate in a visioning and goal-setting session. Such a collaborative forum would help further align our strategic goals and ensure our efforts reflect the aspiration of both the Commission and the residents we serve. Excuse me. Additionally, I would like to publicly address a concern regarding an alleged violation of nepotism. For the record, I have no immediate or extended family members employed under or reporting to the office of the city manager. Moreover, I have consistently conducted myself in an equitable and nonpartisan manner in all professional responsibilities related to the city of South Bay, always acting in the best interest of the commission and our community. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve and for your continued guidance and support.
Thank you, City Manager Kim. I do appreciate your comments in reference to the work that you do in the city of South Bay, and I just want to say thank you. We do appreciate that, and I see your work each and every day that I'm here, along with staff, the residents in the city of South Bay, and along with these commissioners as well, sir. Thank you. Continue to do the work that you're doing, and we will definitely continue to support the effort that you put in and making sure that it's a wonderful and a great place to live, and be able to continue to work with each and every one of the commission staff and the residents within the city of South Bay. Commissioner, I want to thank you for taking out the time to do the evaluation of the city manager, since you have a lot of trust in your city manager, because due to the fact 4.18 is superior, that means that he has been doing a wonderful and great job, although we have our difference at time, but we're able to talk about them. We're able to talk about them and not be mad and upset with each other. We're able to come together to make sure for the betterment of the residents and the business owner within the city of South Bay. We will continue to do that in the upcoming year. Again, thank you, sir. We do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now, any additional comment from this commission for resolution 19-2025? Hear none. Ms. Collins, call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Berry,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes.
Mayor Cowell.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Manager. Thank you, Mr. Collins, and thank you, Commissioner, as well, passing by all commissioners. We'll continue with our resolution, with our agenda for the night. No ordinance tonight. Rosewater Emerson's report, Mr. Hightower.
Good evening to all the elected officials.
Good evening, sir.
And as well as to the beautiful city of South Bay. I come to give you a report from Rosenwald Elementary. First of all, we're in the midst of testing as of now. Our third, fourth, fifth grade recently just took their ELA assessment. Now, third grade, they performed the highest score in the history of Rosenwald. In the history of Rosenwald, also the highest score in the Glades, they scored a 46% in ELA, which is reading, on their PM3 assessment. Now, as of now, our fourth, fifth grade, they are currently assessing in ELA today as well as tomorrow. They take their science assessment next week, followed by their math assessment. Now, if we continue with this trajectory path, we will be A or possibly a B rated school this year.
Excellent, excellent.
Also, You know, and as I talk about our lovely teachers, this week we actually have a Teacher Appreciation Week. And so every day, you know, we're giving them something to show our teacher appreciation for our teachers this week. May 13th and 14th, we have our ELA iReady Diagnostic. And on May 20th, we have our end of the year field trip. Is that correct? May Vice 13th. Mayor? May 13th? May 13th.
And May 29th.
And May 29th. And so we are rewarding our students with the end of the year field trip on May 13th as well as May 29th. Of course, you know, no school on Memorial Holiday, which is May 26th, followed by May 27th, we actually have our honor roll breakfast for all those students who performed well the last trimester of the year. We're actually having an honor roll breakfast for our students as well as community and the parents. On May 28th, we're having a promotional ceremony for those, I call them 5th grade seniors who's transitioning to secondary or middle school. And then, of course, on May 30th, the last day of school.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Any questions for Commissioner King?
Can you get a time for the, I'm sorry.
So, go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Commissioner King, I'm sorry. Now, can you share what time the promotional ceremony is going to be?
Promotion ceremony will begin at 9:00 a.m. Now we're also we're collaborating with Commissioner King because on Wednesday, tomorrow, we are having our walk and roll in which we're gonna provide somewhat of a breakfast to our students, you know, as they are walking to the school.
Great.
All right, excellent.
Thank you to Healthier Glaze.
Thank you to Miss Annie and to Healthier Glaze. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right, thank you all. Thank you for that report, Mr. Hightower, and thank you and your staff for the wonderful work y'all doing with our students within the city as well. At the Tri-City Education Committee meeting that we meet, they talk about the schools and the wonderful work they're doing in the Glaze area. And Roosevelt School is one of those schools they talk about, and others as well. I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you all, the teachers, the administrator, and all that take part in making sure that our kids get a great and wonderful education. Sure. Thank the Vice Mayor as well. I know that I see you guys out on the streets every afternoon. You're in your cart riding back and forth to make sure our kids are safe. And that means a lot to me because due to the fact we have to make sure our kids make it back home safely. And you guys have been doing a great and wonderful job. Kudos to the both of you all. Thank you all. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioner
Berry?
Yes, I have observed that we have 6 crossing guards in the city of South Bay. I have observed that they are out there rain, we don't have any snow, rain and heat, all times, protecting our children, guiding our children, directing our children.
They can't hear you.
They can't? Oh, that's surprising. All right. With that said, I would like to reach out to the Sheriff's Department and find out if we could have a recognition of crossing guards. I don't know what the guidelines are, but to provide some token, some thank you, some love to our crossing guards. And if we can work it out that we can do a larger group, that would be fine. We have 6, and they work very well, very professional, very attentive. Mr. Manager, I would like to direct you to follow through with that. We've heard that the last day of school is
30th.
30th. Reach out to the Sheriff's Department, find out if it's in their policy for South Bay to recognize our crossing guards, our collectively or citywide. I don't know what the protocol is. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Berry. I think that's Sheriff Department or another agency
Okay.
that have crossing guards out there.
All
So,
right.
Mr. Manager, you can check into that. I know that the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department, they do have us, some type of celebration for the crossing guards that work up under them. The other agency, I don't know.
Okay.
So, Mr. Manager, you can reach out for those two agencies, sir. Thank you, and I appreciate
Thank you.
that. Thank you. Commissioner. Okay, we'll continue with our agenda for tonight. Our financial report. Commissioner Barrow and Mr. Massey.
Mr. Massey, I met with Mr. Massey. We reviewed the accounts payable report. Date May the 1st. I requested 2 items. I will get those items next week. And with that said, I will entertain a motion to table the May 1st weekly check register report until our next meeting. Thank you.
All right, you have a motion by Commissioner Barrow to table the weekly finance of May the 1st. I have a second.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor McKelvin. Any question? Hearing none. Ms. Collins, call the roll, please.
Commissioner King,
Yes.
Commissioner Polk,
Yes.
Commissioner Barry,
Yes.
Vice Mayor McKelvin.
Yes.
Mayor Cowes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Collins. Thank you, Commissioner. Passed by all commissioners. City Clerk's report.
No report, sir.
Thank you, City Manager report.
Mr. Mayor, Commission, just a few items. I'm going to try to keep these items as brief as possible. However, there's some things we do need to get taken care of. You all have received your letter memo from HCT, your auditors. If you all could provide your responses to those letters and return them accordingly, and or return them to Mr. Massey. Those letters need to be completed and returned as soon as possible. I will be drafting a letter to FDOT. We've had some additional research done at US Highway 27 for the intersection improvements, focusing on the flow of traffic and the signalization. I will be drafting a letter to FDOT requesting them to put this in their work plan to make improvements to the intersection, mainly the flow of traffic, recognizing the backup that happens at all sorts of times, not a regular scheduled time, and making the improvements and working with Palm Beach County to improve the signalization, speaking of the timing and or how that yellow light flashes versus the green light.
Yes.
So that is some reviews have been made, and we will prepare the appropriate letter and move in that direction. Also, last week, the solid waste services bids did come in. We've been out for our solid waste services, and those bids were returned on May 2nd. The evaluation committee will be meeting to review the responses. I can share with the commission that the numbers are nowhere near where we are, what we're currently paying for the solid waste services, but all of that information will come to you rather soon for a decision. Where are we? Okay. I've got a phone call today regarding the Palm Beach County Black Elected Officials event that's taking place on Saturday. And the city was slated for a table, but I've also come to learn that some of the commission are already planning to attend. But I did not, the email stated that representatives of South Bay are planning to attend. I don't know who those commissioners are. If you've already slated to attend, then we could modify the table cost if necessary. So do we have representatives?
I have been invited to a table, sir.
I was also invited by another organization.
They're paying for it,
And
right?
they are paying for it, yes.
That's because these tables are about what,
$1,500.
$1,500, and we are working on our streets, our roads, so we're looking at our budget across the board. That is to support Black elected officials everywhere, serving the public, but we must, at this time, stop.
Understood.
Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor, and Commissioner. I will, if there are other commissioners, maybe we could, that's interested in attending, that's, instead of us doing a table, we could find a way to
Individual, yes.
support.
Yes, I'm interested in attending.
Thank you. I don't know about Saturday. Another.
Thank you for sharing that information. Your town hall meeting, I have not received a response from the housing authority referencing utilizing their space, but I know this is of importance, and I don't want to hold this back any longer with planning the town hall meeting. So if there is a location that the commission know of any place other than City Hall that you're interested in using, because I know you did not want to use City Hall for your town hall meeting, but you want to be able to get your residents, meet them in the community, meet them where they are. If there's another location, please just share that location with me so we could look into utilizing the space and planning the town hall meeting. If there's anything at this time that any commissioner will want to share, I'm open to it so we can begin and get this and keep this moving. Well, actually get it back moving for the planning of the town hall meeting.
Mr. Manager, go ahead, Vice Mayor and then Commissioner Polk.
What about the CAC lot? That's where all the guys pretty much, a lot of the residents be at anyways. And then it's also a short walk from the village where we have a lot of residents at as well. It's like in the middle. I would say the park, but the park is, Cox Park is kind of under renovation right now.
Yes.
Commissioner Polk.
And I agree with Vice Mayor, if we're gonna do the 10 out the doors.
10 out the doors.
But if you wanna do indoors, Miracle by Faith Fellowship Hall is available free of charge.
Any other suggestion from this commissioner? Commissioner Barrett, Commissioner Key, and Mr. Suggestion.
The park or the church? Town hall.
Town Park or Cox Park?
CAC.
Seriously.
Now, understanding, and just for all transparency, understanding that Miracle by Faith, and that is a location that's managed where Commissioner Pastor Polk is pastor. Is there an issue with utilizing that site?
Attorney.
Madam Norris Weeks, I'm sorry, City Attorney, is there an issue with utilizing the church where Pastor Polk serves as the pastor, if that's a Miracle by Faith, if that's a choice?
What is the purpose again?
The town hall meeting.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of an issue. I mean, if you don't have another place, obviously, if you did, that might be a better option to use a different place. But because I just can't think of anything right now, I would hate to be, to have something out there that I didn't research. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
Is Mr. Hightower still out there? Continue a conversation. I'll have a conversation with Rosenwald, with the principal,
Yes.
and possibly utilize the school site, if that's possible. Okay,
Let's try.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner, Mayor, Commissioners. Think I'm moving pretty quickly here, pretty good. Now, the other item, two things regarding the Village by the Lake. I I want to share with the commission that as of yesterday, Mr. Willis has provided his resignation regarding him serving as a special projects coordinator manager was centered around the village by the lake. I know that he wanted to share his thank yous with the commission regarding his work in that space. So if you all don't mind, I would, before I continue with the Florida comments, if I could just have Mr. Willis come and just share his thank yous with the commission. He had asked for just a moment or two just to say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Willis. Give your name and address, please.
Jeffrey Willis, 432 West Canal Street, Belle Glade. I just wanted to say thank you. I think you guys gave me an opportunity to be super creative in a space that I think is much needed around this area. And so to work alongside city manager, elected officials across Palm Beach County and in Tallahassee in regards to this project, obviously we want to see it, move forward and continue to, fill out the way it should be. But I told Camel that I definitely wanted to come in and say thank you guys for allowing me to operate in a space that I'm really super knowledgeable in terms of that outdoor tourism space. So I wanted to come and say thank you for that opportunity. That was super cool to be able to come home and provide some knowledge and education around the outdoors and conservation. So I wanted to come and say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Willis. Just a minute, Mr. Willis. Do any commission have any comments that they would like to say to Mr. Willis in reference to this particular project?
Sure.
Commissioner Cole?
Yeah, man, just want to thank you, brother, for what you has brought to the table to the city of South Bay. I always enjoy the conversation. Caught me by surprise tonight, just here.
Oh, were you surprised? We all surprised.
Oh. So,
forgive me, but I speak my heart.
I appreciate all your service, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hope that God will bless you and continue to bless this project as well. So,
absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you,
Mr. Willis, thank
anyone
you
else?
so much.
Stop trying to run.
Thank you. I am surprised as well. But Godspeed and do well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Willis.
Yes,
Vice Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, thank you, Mr. Willis, for all the dedication and hard work that you have put into this project. I'm a living witness. We have worked continuously to work together with the kids and with the youth. We're gonna continue to work together. Like Commissioner Barry said, I'm surprised as well, but I know God has a bigger plan. And my brother, whenever you need me, I'm there. Thank you for the education piece as well.
Thank you, Vice. I did know what the commissioner said, Mr. Willis. You did a fantastic job in reference trying to bring ecotourism in the Glaze area. Mm-hmm. And I remember that Commissioner Barry talked about ecotourism in the Glaze area, because due to the fact in the past it was that around in the Glaze area, you're trying to bring it back to the Glaze area, and just listen at the conversation that you had with Senator Weinberger in Tallahassee in reference to ecotourism, and she wanted to give you some input or some people to contact as well. But you did a fantastic job, and I'm sorry to see you leaving, over this particular project here, and hopefully this project will continue within the city of South Bay. I will be talking to the city manager about this particular project, which direction we goes, and the direction that he would like to take us in reference to this project. And hopefully, if you're not able to come back or you have other ventures, God help. Open doors for you in another location there, you take advantage of it, but we will still welcome you back in the city of South Bay. Whatever direction the city manager and others take this particular project, we want to make sure this project continue on within the city of South Bay, because it's been great, fantastic. And I see the work that you have been doing with our youth in the Glaze area as a whole. And when I see youth out there never had a fishing pole in their hand, you made a huge difference in a lot of them. And a lot of the family as well. And the family had a lot of confidence in you because they trusted you with their kids. And I just want to thank you for all that you have done, what you continue to do, and may God continue to cover you. Yes. And everything will be all with you.
It's going to be all right.
Thank you for being a part of the city of South Bay, and thank you for the work that you have done here as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I will say real quick, there is a 6-week summer program that'll be going on this summer. Me and Vice Mayor gonna work real close again this year with that. We're super excited about it. The families, the kids, the communities, the surrounding area, and including Palm Beach County, they're super excited about what we're doing in the outdoor space. So I just wanted to put that out there as well, because that starts June 9th, and we're gonna host that for 6 weeks at Torrey Island. So I do appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We do appreciate you, sir.
Continue the conversation with the Florida Commerce piece. Is that 2 weeks ago? We went to Tallahassee, exercising again some of the city managers' relationships that extend beyond 33493, very specific to the city of Tallahassee area and the capital. We had an opportunity to sit down with Secretary Kelly of Florida Commerce. We submitted a proposal last year, 2024. It was a proposal drafted in concert with Unicus and the city manager. That proposal was subsequently denied. During the visit on 2 weeks ago with Secretary Kelly and his number two on a Tuesday, and I used a Easter reference because in 3 days, 3 days later on Friday, we received notification from Secretary Kelly that the planning phases that was denied, we got the full award of the $117,000 for the Village by the Lake project. Now, being mindful that the funding is for planning, the comp plan piece, and all of those aspects that centered around it. But we are working, I think there may be an opportunity for some continued personnel support through Unicus itself for Mr. Willis. However, that is a conversation Mr. Willis will have with Unicus themselves, and not necessarily with the city. So that opportunity, there is a conversation that could be had in that space, and we will still have some little access to the work. It does mean now that the project will slow down, because having that direct focus, now just so everyone knows, Mr. Willis was part-time. However, he was in that space and in having those conversations, and I don't want anybody to think this is about Mr. Willis. This is about the project, and the project will come to some little snail's pace. However, we are going to push as hard as we can with the time from the manager's office that we are able to devote to it. But I did want to share with the commission that in the coming future, you will see a funding agreement in the amount of $117,000 for the Village by the Lake planning and comp plan update for that part of the funding. So I just want to share that with the commission and the public, that the trip was a success.
Mr. Manager,
yes.
before you, Mr. Mayor. Now, this includes the technical assistant piece through the Department of.
It is, some of the technical assistance is built into that funding as well.
And that is also tied into one of those deliverables?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And, okay, just tracking it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commissioner Barry.
Are there any other questions regarding that before I move on?
Continue, sir.
There was a request. As you all know, we are collaborating. The city staff has been collaborating with the city of Belgrade for the July 4th event that's being held in the city of Belle Glade. Staff has been working with the planning. Yes, this does lead to money. The staff has been working with the planning of the event and whatever levels of support at no cost to the city. Today I received a request for a $10,000 contribution to support with the July 4th event that's going to take place in Belle Glade. So I have not received this at that amount. I know it does require a resolution and some legislation for the commission to act on. However, I did want to bring it to your attention once I got it. It just so happened I got it today, that there is a $10,000 request for a July 4th event that will take place in the city of Belle Glade for the residents, the Belle Glade, South Bay, Pahokee area. So for the Tri-City area, I apologize, for the Tri-City area.
So each city paying $10,000?
I can tell you, no. South Bay, they're asking South Bay for $10,000, and Belle Glade has made the contribution for the $77,000. So they're just asking for that support for the entire event. I will get a letter, a breakdown of all contributions, corporate sponsorships. I'm awaiting that information in order to share it with the commission as a whole. So I don't have that tonight, but the number is for the 10,000. I don't believe, and Mr. Collins can correct me, of course we know we are a fluid community, and everyone's going to come from Pahokee, South Bay, and Belle Glade to participate, but I don't think Pahokee is a participant. Okay, yeah, City of Pahokee is not a participant in the planning of the event.
So, Mr. Manager, you're correct, because this was when the request came in, the mayor and I had the conversation, Mayor Wilson and I had the conversation, including Belle Glade and South Bay. Okay.
So I will bring that back to the commission, all the information for the July 4th event. I think I covered it. Oh, my last thing. City of South Bay, we do more with less. And I am making a plea to the commission to allow the city manager to do a classification and compensation study here for South Bay. I do recall years ago an MGT study was done, and I think the city manager at the time was Tony Smith, and that was the last compensation classification study submitted or ever done here in the city. And I say we do more with less. There are, just speaking about the city manager, from my space, I serve as your custodian, as your janitor, and if you give me a good day, I'll get on the lawnmower and go down to Parks and Rec. Not just because it's something I don't want to do or need to do, I just enjoy doing it. But there are also other staff members that are doing more than one job. They are not necessarily complaining about it, but I think we need to have a foundation or something here in order to ensure that we are working, or we have the right personnel, we have the right fit, not just in that specific role, we are operating efficiently and effectively. So I am asking if, now these things do cost. So I'm not going to let that go away. But if at all possible, you all could think about it, and in the very near future, even if we have to do it during the next budget cycle, placing it in the budget for a compensation classification study to be done. We are not your major city. We don't have over 30 employees. But we're still a city required to operate and provide and meet the needs of our residents. We want to ensure that we are doing that in the best manner, and we are also providing comparable salaries, compensation for what we are doing. Because in order for us to recruit A+ talent, we have to offer at minimum B+ opportunities for the resident or for the candidate. I've lost code enforcement officers because I can't compete with a salary perspective, and it's not so much I as in the city manager, just as in the city. We lose some opportunities to the private sector or to other sectors, even if it's public, because of opportunities or salary, and that we're not able to meet. So I just wanted to put that on the minds of the commission. If you could just think about those things regarding a compensation, classification and compensation study in the very near future for the city of South Bay. That completes my report, Mr. Mayor and Commission.
Thank you, City Manager Cameron. Do appreciate that wonderful report. Do you have any question from this commission per the City Manager report?
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Pope.
Thank you, Mr. Manager, for that beautiful report tonight. My question is, any updates on our mass text message marketing?
I knew it was hidden right there. There it is, right there. Yes, a mass text messaging. Mr. Collins and I, we found a company that is it's called Tech Squared, and Tech Squared will offer us a trial period instead of going into a annualized agreement that could cost us upward to $3,500. They're exploring in offering the city of South Bay a trial period at a reduced rate. It's approximately about $295 a month, but we're trying to see at least get them down a little bit for this trial period. But they've been firm on that $295 for a whole week, but that is the best number that we have found, but also the only company that stated they will offer us a trial period instead of going into a full agreement that's in excess of $3,000. That would then trigger us going out for bid and doing those other things. Not properly procuring it in the manner that we're not stacking costs or doing anything illegal against. We're not doing anything against our procurement policy here in the city of South Bay. So that's where we are with mass text messaging. And just so you all know, it really was on the list. It's just jumbled in the
Thank you.
In the message here, in the notes.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Pope. Thank you, City Manager Cameron. Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Manager, do we have an update on the completion of the repairs at Cox Parks, being that school is getting ready to close and the kids are gonna be out for the summer?
No new update beyond the $90,000 request to replace the mats. because it would be new equipment that's has a different configuration. Nothing beyond that $90,000 request. Well, the $90,000 potential cost to get Tanner Park back up and going. I am a little apprehensive on putting a bid on the street to redo Tanner Park, Cox Park, apologize, to redo Cox Park, because I know that the $90,000 is just it's not there. So I do understand we want to have it open. I'm just really struggling with finding a way to get it done in the most economical way and still have the park open before school is out. I know it's not the answer anyone is looking for, but it is where we are at this moment. But if the commission, if that is the will of the commission to put it out, and we reduce funding, finding that line, we have to reduce a line item from somewhere, from our roads, in order to do this. We will make that happen, and possibly find some other dollars that we could reduce. But that's where I am at this moment, and what I'm able to share with the commission.
Mr. Manager, is there any other reasonable playground equipment we can find that doesn't cost $90,000? Like, do we have to have the mats? Can we put some sand back down there and put some swings up and a slide?
I explore those options.
This what, like the third time we replacing that park equipment?
Yes, that's correct.
Might have to let's go another direction.
Yes, sir.
One more.
Commissioner King?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Is it possible that we can get my concern is the kids that don't attend summer programs. Could the Park and Rec Department maybe contact the New South Bay Villas and see if they can, collaborate together with coming up with some kind of program to keep the kids engaged during the summer for the ones that not attending summer camp?
Yes, ma'am. We'll have that conversation with the housing authority. I don't want to speak for them, but I have to say I haven't gotten a response from them to utilize their building. So it's a challenge to communicate. But we'll have a different conversation regarding summer activities collaboration.
Thank you. An additional question from this commissioner, President, manager report. Commissioner Berry.
Yes, thank you so much. On several occasions, I've had the opportunity to speak with the manager regarding our reconstruction and resurfacing of roadways in South Bay. And I found a discussion talking sheet list that lists Northwest 12th Avenue as a priority. And I've asked the manager to include an update regarding funding, source availability, and projected starting points for the beginning of our road reconstruction projects. Is that correct? Did I say that correctly?
You did say that correctly, and Northwest 12th Avenue is commission's programmed in your existing budget. I think it was approximately $600,000 for Northwest 12th Avenue. There's also a $875,000 state funding, FDOT funding for Northwest First Avenue. Those two roads T-bone together, they intersect. As of today, the engineers are at 30% design completion. Once at this 30% phase of design completion, we are approximately, Commissioner Berry asked, when will we get to construction? We could get to construction for Northwest First and Northwest First Street and Northwest 12th Avenue last quarter of 2026, working through the schedule. So there is the design phase that's underway, currently underway. After designing, FDOT must provide some approval, and then there's if whatever comments that could come from FDOT, you make the corrections, and then you go out to bid. Going out to bid could possibly take, and all of this will be covered during our town hall. You go out to bid for approximately 90 days, 60 to 90 days, all depending upon the level of work. And then you go to contract. Once the bids are reviewed, you go to contract, comes back to the commission. And then you have a mobilization time period. And what we're seeing now, it's about 30 days for mobilization to take place once you go to contract. And then construction will begin at that time. But we are looking at possibly having construction underway for Northwest 12th Avenue and Northwest 1st Street the last quarter of 2026, barring no hiccups or anything that take place with anything else that's going on in the world. So that is what we discussed regarding Northwest 12th Avenue and Northwest 1st Street. Now, in that design, not so much in design, when that construction is underway, we are all aware, I've heard it from residents, I've heard it from the commission, Northwest 1st Street, Northwest 12th, we are aware that at the end of Northwest 1st, on the north end of Northwest 1st, there's a sod field, and the sod trucks are coming through the community in order to get to the sod field. I do want to tell the commission and the residents, and I've shared this with the commissioner. The plan for the design for that roadway could restrict the trucks from gaining access to the sod field. The design is possibly going to require and push them in an opposite direction. But I also know that there is no other access point. So what once was north of that property where access was gained is no longer the case. But we also have to make some decisions here in South Bay for the residents within the area. But we are exploring all options and working with every property owner in the area. When I say property owners, it's the business owners and the property owners and the roadways on the north end of that sod field in order to get something done. But it is of importance to the city manager office. Is not something we're overlooking. and also recognizing how we could ensure we are being the best neighbor for all of our businesses, our truckers, our ag providers. So we want to be the best neighbor without placing heavy restrictions, but also being kind and available to responsive to the residents. Did I get it, Commissioner Berry, Commissioner Poe? Okay.
You approached it. We're not quite there, but we will work together through our town hall settings and spaces to develop this strategically together. Together, we can do this. It has been that, stop, Esther, okay. Continue, yes, we are approaching.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Thank you,
else.
Commissioner. City Manager Campbell, thank you. Commissioner Poe, each and every one of the commissioners, thank you all. One thing about it in reference to Northwest 12th Street and Northwest First Avenue, I'm fed up with that particular area, especially with the side trucks. I went out the other day, I had a complaint of reference from one of our residents in reference to what was taking place on Northwest 12th Street and Northwest First Street. I went directly into the field myself to show my president that what they was doing is not fair to our residents within the city of South Bay, where they was coming out from the side field, making a right turn, going up on Martin Luther King Boulevard. We have our kids that go up and down that road to the schoolhouse. I expressed to the young lady at that particular time period, and she spoke to her husband as well. And she stated to me she didn't know that they was going in that direction there, but I expressed to her that if you're gonna continue to do that there, your truckers gonna cause hardship on them, because I'm gonna talk to the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department and make sure they get each and every one of those who travel that direction a ticket. It'll be on them. It will be on them. Because last year we had the same problem. The residents complained about it last year. And I said, no more. Enough is enough. And that's it. It's a dissatisfaction to our residents. They have to deal with these trucks making the right turn going up on Martin Luther King, and our kids is walking back and forth to school there. No, it's not gonna happen. And I talked to the resident about it, and she's saying that now they be dealing with a problem dealing with the tractors, the field tractors, and the fuel truck going down in there. I talked to the city manager about that the other day. I think I'm going to have to make another visit to those individuals, let them know, no, you have a route to go in, come in, you have a route to go out. So you take that route, you won't have no problem with us. But city manager and I, we talked about this thing in the past in reference to that are covered in that particular area of Northwest First Street. I know that we have to work with our business owners as well in reference to getting the sod back there. But they have to work with us as well to try to find another route. Because when we are putting money, $1.5 million, $1.6 million on a road in the city here, and then we have to go back to Tallahassee and beg for more money, they see that we are allowing tractor trailers to run back and forth in that particular area where money have been allocated for these particular streets here. It's shame on us. It is. It's shame on us. Because we allow it to happen. Exactly. Especially when we're going back and forth, trying to get more and more money to do our streets in the city of South Bay. So we're gonna continue to work with our business owners as well with this sod field back there, but they have to work along with us as well. They have to find another route to get their sod, to remove it from the city of South Bay. I just want the residents to know that we're not overlooking what you're saying. We're paying strict attention to you all. Because when I have to go back there and talk to these individuals, when I talked to them last year, 2 or 3 times last year, they stopped for a while and seemed like that when ain't nobody looking, then all of a sudden the driver come down on, make a right on Northwest 12th Street. I'm gonna continue to watch. I will continue to talk to the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department. I've talked to our commander as well to make sure they continue to keep a watch on that there, because it's not fair. It's not fair at all. No. None whatsoever. But I thank you, City Manager, for bringing that up. I do appreciate your residents listening to what we have to say as well. I do appreciate you all. Did that complete your report, Mr. Manager? All right, thank you. City Attorney's report.
Just as a reminder, I know you all had a conversation earlier about the table and getting tickets from other places. Just know that if it's over $100 in value, you have to report it as a gift depending on who is giving the gift. And so if you have any questions, you can see me, and I'm happy to help walk you through that so that it doesn't become an issue later.
Thank you, dear. We appreciate that. I really appreciate that information. All right. We'll continue the future agenda items. Hearing none. Commission comment for the good of the order. Commissioner King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Want to take this time out and thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and taking part in your city government here. It's much appreciated. It's so wonderful to look out and see so many people that come out and, concerned about, their city. I have a few announcements as well. I know we all, as commissioners, we are working hard to serve our communities. And I believe that it's important that all of our efforts is acknowledged equally. With that being said, tomorrow, as Mr. Hightower said, that there's an event going on called Walk and Roll to School with Golden Walk, where we're promoting safety with the kids, teaching them safety, showing them safety, traveling to and from school. So we'll be meeting up at Cox Park at 7 a.m. We'll be walking and rolling to school. And once we reach the school entrance, there will be healthy snacks and drinks for everyone that's participating. And then later on that day or that morning, we'll be engaging with some pampering at Tanner Park with the seniors. And they will be painting and sipping and enjoying some games. So you guys are welcome to join the seniors. And Saturday, kites. There will be an event on the northwest corner of 10th Avenue where kids will be out flying kites. The Jake Brewer Foundation has donated food where kids and family would be able to enjoy some hot free food, as well as there will be some giveaways, furniture, clothing, household goods, paintings, pictures, wall pictures. So come out, enjoy these events that's taking place here in the city of South Bay. And as always, Commissioner King loves everybody, no matter what. So with that being said, again, thank y'all, and y'all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Commissioner King. Commissioner Pope.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And again, I want to just say thank you to all the residents who came out tonight. Congratulations, Miss Annie, for all what you're doing as it pertains to mental health. It's getting serious. I had a situation about 2 weeks ago where someone who was a little deranged showed up at the church. And so, and we had to deal with it. So people are really struggling, and there are a number of different factors that cause people to trigger. And so we have to learn the signs, and that's what y'all's organization are doing, helping us, educate us. Likewise, Pastor Bean, with the organizations you're bringing in. Thank you all for what you're doing. Mr. Willis, man, thank you for your service, brother. Hey, whatever we can do, I can do to support you, I will. When you first came back home, I one of the first people that linked up with you and supported you. So it's still the same, bro. And so thank you for what you contributed to the city of South Bay. Thank everyone, all the commissioners, staff, for your support for the National Day of Prayer.
Yes.
It was a great success. And, when I first got elected, previously I had seen National Day of Prayer recognized in other cities, but I never saw it in the city of South Bay. And so I brought it here to this commission. Y'all supported it, and we have grown in that area. And I just want to say to you all, it means so much to me that you have supported us in that effort through this entire commission. And And also on Northwest 10th, I know one of the things I asked city manager about maybe 2 years ago when I first got here was when we doing a project, can we put up a sign? At the time, Cox Park was being renovated, and I asked, can we put up a sign and let the residents know what's going on? So now, thanks to our business economic development department, we have our own marquee. So you see it on Northwest 10th Avenue, the sign that says road construction. That's our sign, and we own it. So we'll be able to move it around the city when different events are going on and post it up. And so we just want to say thank you all for that. You know, I'm seeing tangibles in the city of South Bay, and you know what? We're not going to rebuild overnight. It takes time. And so I'm a person that I'm a realist. And so I see progress. I love what we're doing with the roads right now. You know, it takes time. So we getting ready to go on 12th. I've been living on 12th all my life, and I don't ever recall a road being fixed. I even asked some of my aunties, and they say they don't recall either. And so, for me, I see progress. So I'm very pleased with what we're doing. Last year, when it came to the city manager evaluation, I think I scored a lot lower than this year. So I just want to say to you, you know, keep doing what you're doing, be encouraged, and hopefully that encouraged you to know that, you know, I appreciate the growth of what we're doing, sir. And so thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioner. God bless you, Attorney, everyone tonight.
Thank you.
God bless you, Mr. George. I love you always.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Pope. Commissioner Berry.
Thank you. Let's keep the good feeling going by saying on Northwest 12th and Northwest 1st, there will be progress in terms of movement and a diverting of traffic as necessary to accommodate all of us. We're in the community together, and I appreciate your patience. Ms. Eiffel, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bryant. Thank you so much, and it's always a pleasure to serve. Have a pleasant evening and be safe.
Thank you, Commissioner Berry. Vice Member Kelvin.
Yes, thank you all for coming out tonight. On May 13th, K through 2, we'll be taking our babies to SeaWorld. On May 29th, 3rd through 5th, we'll be taking our babies to Universal Studios. So please keep us in your prayers. Also on May 23rd, we're hosting our 2nd annual prom at Rosenwald Elementary School. That's for 3rd grade through 5th grade. Also on Thursday, this Thursday, May 8th, we're having the Mother's Day, our 2nd annual Mother's Day celebration for our seniors here in the city of South Bay at Tanner Park from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So if you're not busy, please come out, and we're gonna have a nice breakfast and have some games and some hors d'oeuvres, and you know, we're gonna fellowship and, you know, hang out with our beautiful mothers from the city of South Bay. So please come out. I'm asking all the commissioners, if you find it in your day, staff, to please come out and let's, you know, show some love to our seniors and let them know that we really appreciate them. Also, on June 3rd, I know school get out May 30th, but on June 3rd to August the 8th, I'll be doing my summer camp for K through 5 students for the Tri-Cities, not just for Rosenwald, but we also have students coming from Belgrade and Pahokee. That we promote academic excellence from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and then from 12 o'clock to 4:30, we let them have fun and, you know, introduce them to the recreation and the life skills and get them outdoors and teach them how to fish with Mr. Willis' program, as well as golfing, introducing our babies to the game of golf as well. Also on every Friday, we have free field trips. The kids don't have to pay not one dime out of their pockets. So that's the whole entire summer. And it's actually a funding coming from the Palm Beach County, actually. So just keep us in your prayers. Thank you all for coming out. I know that was a lot of information. If you have any questions, you know, just let me know. Right now we have approximately, I have like 120 kids that are signed up, and we also have a waiting list. So just keep us in your prayers. May God continue to bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. We do appreciate that report tonight. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Department, Deputy Tracer, do you have anything? You good, sir? Thank you, and I appreciate it. Ms. Bryant, do you have anything that you'd like to say? You good? I thanks the commission for wonderful work that each and every one of you are doing within the city of South Bay. Thank the residents for being a part of the events that's taking place in the city. There's a lot of events that's taking place within the city here. One of the things that I want to talk to you about is that from an economic perspective, there's more and more vendors that's coming in here now, interested in the city of South Bay. They're coming in and talking to the city manager, want to set up time and dates to meet with them to talk about what they want to bring into the city of South Bay. And I think it's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. Because as the city grows, you grow as well. And this is what is taking place with the city manager, other vendors that want to be a part of the city of South Bay. And I said to each and every one of y'all, let's stand together. Because we're looking for this city to be greater. We're looking for the city to be bigger as well. And we're going to continue to do that. I probably won't be around as you continue to move forward. But the thing about us, said to the residents, stand firm, support the commissioner, support the staff, because they're going to support you as well. Whatever ideas you bring before them, they'll listen to everything that you have to say. If they don't have an answer for you at that particular time period, they'll get back in touch with you and talk to you about what is taking place within the city of South Bay. From a crime perspective, gangs in the Glaze area, gangs in the school system, gangs. We have a safety meeting with the Tri-State Education Committee. We deal with the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department. We meet with the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department and the school police officers. And they talk about the gangs within the schools. Not only girls, not only boys, but girls as well. Mm-hmm. They have a name by each one of those gang members. The name of each one of those. They know them very well. And it can be some of those ones a member of those gangs or your family members as well. Because when I heard the names that were called in the city of South Bay, I was surprised. I really was. So I'm saying to each and every one of you all, what they're doing now to recruit the small kids. They're not going to middle school anymore. They start with the babies in elementary school. This is a report that they're giving to us when we meet every month or every other month about our kids in these gangs in the Glaze area here. And it's terrible. It really is terrible. And I said to each and every one of you all, talk to your relatives. Talk to your young people. Don't be afraid to go into their rooms. You're paying your rent. They're eating your food. They're sleeping in your bed. You go in that room and find out what they have in there. Because they're getting weapons from the outside and take them into your home. And I was so glad when they put those metal detectors in schools. I was so glad. Because as long as those metal detectors in those schools, they can prohibit those kids from bringing those weapons in there, bringing ammunition in there. And I said to each and every one of y'all, let's support our Palm Beach County Sheriff Department and our fire department because of the wonderful work they're doing. Yes, we have some people saying that they're not doing anything, but when you're out there, each and every one of these commissioners will be out there at night. When a crime takes place in the city of South Bay, they're out there. We don't interfere with their work, but we stand away from them and they'll come over and talk to us about what is taking place here. So let's continue to support them. As these commissioners support you, you support them along with the Palm Beach County Sheriff Department. Because I'm one of these commissioners here. I don't stand behind them and support them 100%. I go over and beyond 110% because of the work they're doing to protect you. And I see it each and every day, the wonderful work they're doing in the city of South Bay, protecting our business as well. And I said to each and every one of you, let's join us. Be a part of what is taking place in the city of South Bay. And I know it'll be a great and a wonderful city that you can live in, you can play in, you can raise your kids in, and you can invite others to come to your house and visit you and have breakfast, lunch, or dinner at your table because you are very safe in the city of South Bay. At this present time, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Oh, that feels good.